students. I wanted to spend some time going over what you are going to be focusing on this week in class, which is primarily using ProQuest Central to find articles related to the topic of media bias. Now, before we get into kind of going over some of the details about searching and how to search and other related issues, I just wanted to talk about media bias for a second. So we started this exercise related to media bias here in the first 2 weeks of the course, and I want to let you know that this is such a broad topic that you can really focus in on one area of this for your research. Okay, I mean, you don't have to, but it would probably be better if you do. Okay. So you could focus in on something like, what is media bias, or how media bias affects college students, or how media bias affects healthcare institutions. Okay, or I mean, you can narrow it down and really focus in on one specific area if you would like. Okay, so here we are, week 3. And you'll see a few different things here in this module, and this is mostly related to kind of some documents, some other sources to help you kind of get through this process now of finding information. Okay, so we really focused last week on kind of determining the need and asking questions. And now we're going to focus on finding information. I'm giving you the topic. We're going to find information. So here in this first link, there's just a little brief summary about what we're going to do here during this week. Particularly, we are going to use the ProQuest Central database. And the ProQuest Central database is here, and there's a screenshot of it, so you'll be able to recognize this when you go out to the link, what it looks like. It's a pretty basic page right from the entry page into the database, where you're by default selected on the All tab here, and you can just type in a basic search here. You can also narrow it down right from here just to scholarly journals. You can narrow it down to books, videos and audio, or dissertations and theses. And there's a More button as well. So this is kind of just, to give you a little overview of what it looks like. And we're going to jump in now. If you see here, there's a link to ProQuest Central right here. So this will actually take you out to ProQuest Central, but I'm going to show you how to get to it from the library's homepage as well. But just so you know, this link will take you right there. So here's the library's main homepage. And here you'll see some different options of what you can do at the library. One of them is listed here is databases. So we're going to click on this database, which is a quick link. And this takes us into the databases main page. Here are all the databases that are listed in alphabetical order. Here's a quick link menu that you can jump to up here. So of course, they start with A here, so this is the page we're on. We can jump right to P because we know we're going to the database named ProQuest Central. So here it is. I click on P, and that will list all of the databases that begin with the P. ProQuest Central is here. Okay. And just something about this database and why we're using this one for this course is that it really is kind of the biggest database holding. It's the most comprehensive. It's the most multidisciplinary database that the Mount offers. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you're going to be able to find the majority of what you're searching for right in the ProQuest Central database. Okay. So here it is. I'm going to type in a search, and I'm just going to start with this basic search here, media bias. And I'm just going to go general right now. Let's see if we can find something. So here I typed in a search and I just hit enter. Okay, so this gives me all of my search results here. And so you can see here the total number of hits that it returned. It's 476,574. That's a little bit big. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit by using this left menu area over here to narrow down the search, to drill down just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I only want full text because I want to be able to see full text here. So I'm going to click on full text. And as I click on these things, you'll be able to see that the number of results goes down here. Okay? I want it to be peer reviewed only. So just, and I'll pause right here and then we'll get back into this, but peer review, the process for journal articles, typically where, different than maybe a popular magazine or a newspaper where those have an editor or a group of editors, those editors aren't typically subject specific experts. Okay, they are editors. They are masters at editing work to make it sound the best that it can. But as I said, they're not experts in the subject area. Okay, peer review is a different process of editing where you have a group of experts in a particular area, and when a journal gets submitted for publication, it goes to this peer review group, and the peer review group reviews it, and then they send it either to the main editor for recommendations for changes, or oftentimes they send it right back to the authors with recommendations for changes. Okay, maybe shortcomings, maybe things that need to be added on, maybe sections that need to be taken out, maybe information that isn't reliable, isn't correct, isn't true, those kind of things. So that's the difference between a peer review. Primarily, academic journals all have peer review committees, some sort. You also hear it referred to as refereed journals, peer-reviewed journals. Those are synonymous. Okay. So as I'm drilling down here, you see the list is getting smaller and smaller. We're down to 168,500 results. Now, I'm going to drill down even some more here. Okay, so now you have some different options. You can select source type. So I'm going to leave this open as long as it meets these criteria. I'm going to leave these things open right now. But let me see. I'm going to remove conference. No, I'll keep that. I'll keep that all the same, and then I'll just drill down here to the date range. So I only want, because I'm doing research, and the funders that I'm researching for told me that they want most recent data. So I'm going to go here with a custom date range, and they told me within the past 2 years. That's not an option up here, so I'm going to select this, and I'm going to put in a from date, and I'm going to go back 2 years. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 2018, and I'm going to say August 2018. Let's see here. Let's go to August 1st. And then I'll make it to September 1st, 2020. Okay, so here's a specific date range. This will meet the criteria for the funders that I'm doing this research for. Okay. Now I'm going to apply this date range. And when that result comes back, it'll most likely take that number down a great deal. So here now we have 31,741 results. Okay, we drilled down full text, peer reviewed or refereed, and we drilled down to make it a specific date range. Okay. When you do your work for this, I'd like for you to at least keep it within the last 5 years. Maybe if you can try 2 years just to see, because there's a lot that's happened over the past couple years in terms of this issue related to media bias. So give it a shot and try 2 years. And if you're not able to get enough, depending upon how specific your topic is related to media bias, then you can broaden it out, but definitely no more than 4 or 5 years of research. Okay, so now here you have your results. And what you'll have here, you'll see a few different things here. You see an abstract or details, which is always good to read prior to looking at the full article, because it's going to give you an idea of what it is that this article is all about. This is a full text in web page format. This is full text in PDF. And then you have over here an option to select. So if I read this abstract and I take a look at the full text web without downloading the PDF, and I think, you know what, this is perfect for me, then I would click this one. Okay, so I look at the next one and I think, you know what, maybe this one isn't really any good here. So I'm going to avoid this one. Oops, what happened there? Let's try that again. Okay. And then I'm going to select this one right here as well. So now I have two selected, and I'm going to just select one more. And again, you have to take a look at these, and you have to make sure that they are you're trying to keep a similar, a similar topic area is what you're trying to do. So the article should be related to one another. Okay. So here I'm going to go over here. Now I have to cite these articles. This is the next step of your assignment. So you're required to cite them. So I'm going to cite this. And here it puts it into a citation style. And here are the options. So my recommendation for this would be, whatever your major is, cite these according to your major. Okay. Most of the majors at Mount Aloysius College use the APA style. So APA is more scientific. It's more directed toward majors such as anything related to health, typically nursing, medical imaging, surgical technology, and any of those kind of health sciences majors here, allied health. Most of the science majors will use APA. Okay, but oftentimes you'll have to check with faculty members in terms of specifics related to that, because oftentimes science majors will use something different. So, but as a general rule here at Mount Aloysius College, APA is used for science, health, as well as education, anything related to psychology, sociology, those kind of social sciences as well. Okay, so if you fit into that category with your major, you would use APA as a general rule right now. If you are an English major, if you're another fine arts major, you would use MLA. Okay. If you are a history major, a political science major, economics, anything related to that kind of stuff, you're typically using Chicago style. Okay, so that's kind of, and as I said, the majority of the majors at the Mount use APA. So this is in APA format right now. If you're using something else, you would just click this drop-down arrow and change to whatever else you have. APA just released in the fall of last year, well, late last year, late fall, the APA 7th edition. So I'm going to select that. And I'm going to now have these sources copied, and I'm going to paste them into a Google Doc. So here I'm going out here and I'm going to open up a new Google Doc. I'm going to start with a blank one. You could, there is a template for APA style here, but we're not going to use that for now because I want to show you how to set this up. So this will be the next video that I'm going to do a short video and showing you how to set it up. But just for now, I'm going to tell you how to put, you're just pasting these in here, and that's all you're doing. So you're going to use a Google Doc, and you're going to paste these into the Google document. Okay. I will, as I said, post the other video going over the second part of this, but this is basically what you're doing now. And then we'll go over a couple more things on the other video related to this formatting of the document then. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to the assignment area. So now I'm back into Canvas. And by the way, that's what you're doing for this week. That is the assignment that you have to do. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing here. You are getting 10 sources this week, okay? And you're going to send those to me, okay? And you can do that by sharing the document with me, Okay, and you can email it to that email address right there, gmcconnell@m. Once you submit that or share that with me to this email address right here, I'll be looking it over, and then I'll give you any recommendations for any improvements and those kind of things. This first part of the assignment, which is finding 10 sources using ProQuest Central, is going to be added on to next week. And we're going to put 10 more sources onto that using websites and one other way to find some sources at the Mount. Okay, so we'll talk more about that later. But what I thought I could do in this video now then is kind of just make sure that you're aware there are a few other things out here for you to take a look at. The easy search. This is a document from the Mount Aloysius College website related to how to use easy search and the ProQuest suggestions as well. This actually we're going to be getting into next week. Chapter 3 slides are in here. There will be, and it's not showing here yet because I didn't open it up, I have to edit it a bit. There will be a 4-question assignment related to chapter 3 of the textbook. Okay, so look for that to be in this section of apply right here later. Okay. Since I just started a new video, what I thought I could do is go back here to the the Google document that we started, and I'm going to name this one here. So when you name this, put your your last name, comma, and then ProQuest Part 1. Okay, that's important because I use the search to put all these together in a folder by searching for the asterisk, the wildcard, ProQuest Part 1, and I put them in a folder together. So please make sure that you do that. Okay, so here is the Google Doc that we started, and when we started doing our research in the ProQuest Central, and now we have to do some formatting to this thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to do some formatting for this, and we have to title this, if you're using APA style, which again, the majority of it will be, it'll be references. Okay. If you're using MLA style, it's going to be works cited. If you're using Chicago, it's going to be bibliography. Okay. So here we have this, and I'm going to center this now. References has to be centered. These have to be set in a hanging indent. When you bring them over, and the hanging indent means that the first line is fully left to the left tab, and then all the subsequent lines, the second and subsequent, are all indented 0.5 inch. Okay. This is off right now if you take a look at the ruler. So this hanging indent format is off. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fix that. Okay? And you can do this setting up a new document as well. So I'm going to go to Format, and I'm going to go to Align and Indent. And then if you scroll over and down to Indentation Options, you select that, and you'll see here at this special indent here, there should be an option for a hanging indent. Okay, there is, hold on with this because it's because I selected the, okay, so now I'm applying that. Okay, so I applied the hang indent, and that was just a little error that popped up because of what I selected, and I had a little bit of extra selection down here on the next line, which was fully left indented, and just notice it fixed this issue that we had here. So now the first line is aligned fully to the left of the document. The second and subsequent lines are in that 0.5. So here's the 1 inch mark, they're here. Okay. So now we have this document set up as a hanging indent. So when you do the next line, it should automatically bring that in. Now, one thing that you're going to have to do with this is you're going to have to alphabetize them. Okay, so there is there is an add-on that I have on here, and you can get that add-on by going out to Get Add-ons, and it's Sorted Paragraphs add-on, and that'll help you put paragraphs or these or each source into alphabetical order. You can do it manually, but that's kind of a pain. Okay, so Sorted Paragraphs, click that. And here is the A to Z sorted paragraphs that I'm using. So it probably won't have that because it's not like it comes, already installed as an add-on in the Google Docs. So I recommend this one. It works well for what we're doing. And then what you would do then is you come back out to your document. I'm going to cancel this out because I already have it. It's installed here, as you can see. Come back out to the document, and if these were not in alphabetical order, I would just select all the text, and then I would go up to add-ons, go to sorted paragraphs, and then I would sort from A to Z because the sources need to be in alphabetical order by last name or first entry of the citation in alphabetical order A to Z. Okay, and then I would just click on A to Z, and that's it. And then it would reorder things if they were out of order. Since they're not, you don't need to worry about that. Now, this would be good because if you don't get all of your 10 at first and copy them in here, you'll have to go back out to ProQuest, get more, and then they'll paste into this area right here. They'll be out of order. Okay. So while I have a couple minutes, I just want to show you that. So I'm going back to my search here. I'm going to X this out. I'm still in ProQuest. And now I'm going to uncheck the ones that I already checked and just pretend like I'm starting back over again because I have not, I didn't save these and I'm just getting back into it now. Okay. So those are the three I selected, and now I'm Xing those out. I don't have any selected right now. So I'm going to select just a couple more here. Okay. Here. And now I'm going to go back up to the top of the page and click on that citation link. This is a really cool feature, by the way. Make sure that it's still on APA 7th, the one that I selected from before. And I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to go back out to my Google Doc, make sure that my cursor is where it needs to be, and I'm going to paste those. Okay. Now, you see the format is messed up with these again. You can fix that in a couple different ways. You can just, you can backspace and enter it. That's typically how I do it. You can go back through the process of doing what I did just a couple minutes ago. But yeah, whatever your preference is on that one. So here we see our sources are now not alphabetical. Okay. So what I'm going to do is select these, and I'm going to put them now into alphabetical order using that sorted paragraphs add-on. So I'm going down here, sort paragraphs A to Z, and now it should put them into alphabetical order. So you'll see the one I had in last move to the top. So we have B, F, L, M, S. So now they are in alphabetical order. Okay. All right. That's it, I think, for this exercise. Oh, so what you'll do here, now let me just show you one more thing. So when you're done with this, you have all 10 of your sources. What you're going to do here is you're just going to go out and share this with me. Okay. So you click on the share button, and then you would start typing the name in here. So you can start typing in McConnell, and it is the McConnell that'll pop up. This is because it's searching my other Gmail accounts right now. Make sure that it's gmcconnell at mtaloy.edu. Okay. You can also start typing that in. Here it is. So you're going to share it with me. Okay. So once you're done with that, you just click on send, and that's it. And that's the first part of the assignment for this week. So that's due this week. And then also the very brief, as I said, 4-question assignment related to chapter 3. Okay, that's all I have. Have a great week, and please, please, please reach out if you have any questions. See you.